The Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato is a vehicle that just a few years ago wouldn't have made much sense, but the safari trend has come and automakers jumped on it, and the result are vehicles like the Porsche 911 Dakar. You've got this, you've got, you could almost throw the GR Corolla in there if you gave it the right tires, because it's a little rally car. Because these aren't off-road, hardcore off-roaders, but fire roads, rally roads, stuff like that, they are excellent at it. But this is still an Huracan, which means on the road, it's still awesome. All right, let's calm down for a minute. This is an Huracan that's been slightly lifted by just under 2 inches. It's downsized the wheels to 19s, which are the smallest you can fit around those brakes. And then the car's been given Bridgestone all-terrain, the Bridgestone Dueler tire, which is actually a great compromise tire for a vehicle like this, because I don't think you can fit anything much more aggressive than those Duelers, like KO2s aren't fitting under there. But the Duelers are actually surprisingly decent on the road too. I'm gonna go in front of this guy. Like, this car still feels like a fun Huracan, which is exactly what you would want out of something silly like this. And it is silly, but it's properly silly. It's silly done very well. It looks cool. It's a Lamborghini. Huracan is one of the best looking Lamborghinis of recent years. I think the Huracan looks fantastic. Then you add in with this white paint, which costs $16,500, and then the black over fenders. Then you've got a full underbody protection underneath this thing. You've got the goofy but kind of fun off-road lights up front. You've got crossbars on the roof to complete the look, even though those can only support up to 66 pounds of stuff. So, not an electric mountain bike, but a regular mountain bike you could throw up there, or skis or a snowboard. But back to the Huracan-ness of it, this is a familiar cockpit. It's tight, it's hard to see out of. I'm at the limit of who can fit in these things. At 6'3", 215, I have to look down to see traffic lights and stuff like that. But still, the driving experience, the noise from that 5.2 liter V10 is excellent. The 7-speed gearbox shifts nice and quick. And then again, the noise right there. Yeah, but because of this engine and engine cover, and then this has a revised intake because that has that roof scoop, you can't see shit. You cannot see shit. They need to put a camera here like in the Maserati MC20. You got to really use those side mirrors to see what's going on, or you just downshift and don't look back. Now, to turn this into the Sterrato, besides giving it a little bit of a rise in the suspension, the track width front and rear is slightly wider, though that could just be tire. But I think they actually did push the track width out a little bit. Then they revised the magnetic ride system, where it's a little bit softer, which is good in a vehicle that you're going to take off-road. They've allowed for a little bit more wheel travel, which is also good in a vehicle that you're going to take off-road. There's a bit more dive under braking, which, Lamborghini says helps turn the car in quicker on the dirt. And I don't notice a reduction in performance. I'd have to drive a non-Sterrato back-to-back with this one to be like, oh, I can feel it, in terms of like, it's not as tight on road, but it feels fun. And you can have more fun at lower speeds thanks to those tires. The 0 to 60 time is only like 3.5 seconds, mid-threes. The top speed is it's limited to 160 miles per hour. All of that is fine. All of that is fun. The car it's fun. This is a fun car. And that's what a safari vehicle should be, is about having fun and not taking yourself too seriously, thankfully. Lamborghinis, there's a sense of drama, there's a sense of, Ferrari takes themselves too seriously. Lamborghini never seems to take themselves too seriously, and I appreciate that. And this is how a vehicle like this gets built. It's not that comfortable on long trips. It's a proper Lamborghini. The sound system works most of the time. Like, the speakers work, but it's connected to your phone and then it isn't. I'm sure if I could connect CarPlay, maybe that might be better, but I'm just doing it via Bluetooth, so it's like hit and miss. When it does play music, it sounds fine, but when you want to turn the music up and down, I can't find anything on the steering wheel to do it, so I have to like go into a menu and press something on the touchscreen, just like goofy things like that. But none of that is actually important to having fun with the car. I'm stuck behind a street sweeper for a second, which is also not fun. Always letting me by. Give him the old flashy. Now here's the not fun part, where I said Lamborghini was fun. The not fun part is that it expressly says in the loan agreement for this car to not take it off-road. Are you fucking kidding me? You build a car that's fun to go rallying, and then you tell journalists, hey, don't get it dirty. I think possibly they're doing that to save windshields from potential rock chips. They're potentially saving the paint. I don't really know. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I had nice big plans to get this thing covered in mud and dirt because we've got some rain and this thing would look awesome covered in dirt. But I can't do that. The static B-roll shots you're seeing, I gently pulled into a section off the road, and that's like pushing the limits of what the loan agreement allows. But all the on-road fun I've had on this, I've taken this up to Angela's Crest. I took it to Good Vibes, which is a Friday car show in the LA area, and it handled the Crest awesomely. It just felt like an Huracan. And it's just an Huracan that theoretically you can take and go have fun off-road. And they're only building 1,499 of these. I'm sure they're all already sold because that's how Lamborghini works. And hopefully the owners of these use them and take them in mud, dirt, snow, all the stuff that I wish I could go do with this car. Go do that. And if you are doing that, you're doing it something very expensive. The starting price of this car is $270,000+ as tested. This one is $370,000. For some reason on the Monroney, it like costs extra for those front fog lights, even though I thought those front fog lights are supposed to be included in this build. But like I said, that paint is $16,000. Those wheels are a couple $1,000s. These seats are extra money. You know, the valve stems are extra money. The steering wheel, certain things, and the fire extinguisher is like $900. But that's a Lamborghini. That's how much these things are. Wild, wicked, expensive, exotic machines. If you want to play in that place, that's how much it costs to do so. I would really like to get some seat time in the 911 Dakar to compare the two current Safari All-Stars out there on the market. I have a sneaking suspicion the Porsche is better to live with, and the Lamborghini is more theatrical and flamboyant and just ridiculous, which is appropriate for a Lamborghini. But here in this car, I am enjoying it. I am having fun. I just wish I could get the fucking thing dirty.